Alright, and one more replay in this batch. Thanks everybody for watching, listening. This is Jeremiah, a fellow streamer who has been streaming for a lot longer and probably been playing for a lot longer than I have. And I have really enjoyed hanging around in his streams. As far as I can tell, he's an aggro-only player, so I definitely knew what I was about to experience here. And I'm kind of scared of his aggro. His playstyle is a bit different from mine. He kind of has... I guess he's made it his thing to try and pre-calculate everything the opponent could do in any given situation and then counter it. And he does get a decent amount of wins. Like, I think he's like a mid to high 1900 player, something like that. First round is going fairly bad. There's only marksmen left, no chaff clear, and a load of crawlers, and then some steel balls. And this steel ball is going to eat the orange man. And it instantly levels from that. This is about the worst case start, but wait, it's gonna get worse. The unit drop, or rather the reinforcement here. Is this correct? I think this is bugged. Okay. This appears bugged. I'm going to probably have to redo this maybe, because I'm pretty sure we had heavy armor drop. There is improved Wraith here, but there was heavy armor. Let me just quickly see if I can load this round. Oops, that is not the right button. If I can load this round again. It is expired, but it only expired after a small thing, like a fix. I guess we're going to see this round not as it truly was. Because I'm pretty sure, at least, there was an armor drop, plus, what was it called? Heavy armor, not super heavy armor. My opponent did pick that, and this probably means the route's going to go a bit differently, but not all too much. What I did here was still what happened. I bought one of the improved Wraiths. I couldn't afford any more. And that improved Wraith is standing basically entirely without opposition, other than these crawlers. And they are definitely doing whatever they can, but I can already accelerate the round from here. That Wraith ain't going down. Not a chance. So in the end, I think I lost everything here. With the exception of the Wraith. Because the heavy armor on the steel balls level 2 tanked for long enough. Definitely going to have to reload this round, because it is... I'm hitting the wrong buttons now. It is kinda just bugged. Here you can see the heavy armor. We have redeployment. I think we both went for that. I was giving my opponent credit of defending. Ah no, I took supply specialist. Yes, that is correct. My opponent took the redeployment and deployed his balls on the other side. Makes sense. I decided to sell something else. I think I sold some of these Mustangs here. I do have chaff clear here now. And just drop additional Wraiths. One of them in the flank, one of them to secure this side, I bet. And my opponent gets a single marksman, I guess. And more steel balls by the looks of things. Is he gonna hit speed or something? No, he upgrades these crawlers. I find it quite surprising. Upgrading your crawlers into Wraiths. I mean, this Wraith's gonna level no matter what, so I guess, yeah. It does kind of pull my tower clean with the steel ball flank here. But at the same time, I'm not confident he has enough upshoot. And at the same time, I'm also pushing for a tower, although it's going to be a very, very, very slow tower kill. The Wraith here cleaned house. Tower goes down. That marksman is not doing enough damage. I hope at least. Is it gonna? No, it's not. The Wraiths kill everything. I guess there is steel balls left, but 3 Wraiths surviving is 900 damage, and that is definitely a decent amount for round number 3. For round number 9, it would not be a decent amount. And these Wraiths are eating leveled steel balls, like they are gaining some experience here. The Wraith on the right leveled, and we have a unit drop incoming. Rhino here. Also Typhoons, Wasps, and Stormcallers. I decide to drop the Rhino. This is where I decide to also go for a bit of tempo play and force a response out of my opponent, taking the explosive Rhino at the front and blowing up these steel balls. Steel balls by default have 45 meters of range, and this thing does damage in 48 meters of range. So without any upgrades, the steel balls are going to get exploded by the Rhino. My opponent deploys anti-air wasps here and anti-air wasps here, and is definitely hoping to deal with my units this way. I don't entirely know why he's selling out of this. I guess just to make another attack squad on this side. I do decide to throw down a level on this Wraith and go for permanent upgrades. And with the Rhino here, and maybe... Did I have crawlers on that side already? I'm not sure. Did I use my deployments here? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, this Wraith is not capable of dealing with the wasps, but it is getting a decent amount of XP. It will sooner or later be able to level. All of my opponent's steel balls gets exploded, but kind of the wasps are killing me right now. Anti-air wasps, definitely a good pick. I don't have anything really to deal with the wasps, but my opponent only has wasps to deal with crawlers. And that means even though the marksmen definitely are not built for this, they can one by one plink these wasps down. That marksman has killed so many wasps. Tower goes down, but I still have some crawlers in the front to tank for my marksmen, which do take multiple shots in order to kill these wasps. But the crawlers can tank enough, and the marksmen do actually survive. Honestly, given how many steel balls and how much unit value I exploded, that was not the winning play here. We have an absorption module now. And my opponent gets extended range steel balls if he wants to. I'm not even sure, did he pick it? I already decided... Okay, no, he goes for the absorb as well. I already decided to sell that Rhino. That was kind of just a tempo play. But my opponent does go for range on the steel balls, which kind of also means that the wasps are now outranged by the steel balls. That Wraith can level if it kills another bunch of wasps. I decide to slow the action down and get some steel balls. They can clear some chaff, they can tank in front of my Wraith. They are absolutely annoying to kill for these steel balls. And my opponent doesn't really have much that can kill steel balls fast enough. I still have a load of money. I could technically maybe go for field maintenance, but I decide to slow the action even further down with some oil. And then I think I'm just sitting on my money, or what am I doing? Yeah, I'm sitting on my money. So now there's level crawlers instead. They don't give as much XP. And this Wraith is kinda still stuck at level 1. Honestly, with the crawlers here, even at level 2, it would not win the fight, I bet. Steel balls have slowed the action down, but the Wraith still got eaten. Alive, mind you. This Wraith, however, did eat all of the wasps, and it's a healing Wraith. So this thing is capable of getting some work done. Tower debuff at a pretty bad time, and another tower will likely fall. At the same time, my opponent's air force has been wiped out. And with that Wraith being shot at by the marksman, but healing, it is actually regenerating health much more quickly than this lone level 1 marksman can get done. It has a lot of HP to eat, but it can also eat it. No problem. It is level 2. It is doing good damage even to level 3 and 4 steel balls. And steel balls with armor. Another 300 down, and the Wraith goes to level 3. We now have some more units dropping. Scorpion's definitely a good pick, I think, for aggro defense when you have the chaff clear, and with the Wraiths, I should have the chaff clear. I think, yeah, here's the Overlord for my opponent. Another air unit, and one that is pretty good at dealing with Wraiths, all things considered. I decided to sell that Wraith here. For reasons that I am completely unaware of, my opponent drops the absorption module on the wasps. I think if he had dropped it on steel balls or on the Overlord, I could understand that, but out of everything on wasps? I guess maybe he plans to go into suck anyway, and then it's not that big of a bonus. But in that case, I think he should have rolled it on this Overlord. Like, that is definitely a good play in my opinion. What else do we have? We have 8 shot on the Wraiths now. So these Wraiths are gunning. And they can definitely hurt my opponent a lot. Another marksman here. He does have EMP on the marksman. Steel balls, as of yet, don't really have big techs or anything. Scorpion did manage to land a solid hit, and it's landing another one. Chaff on this side still being cleared, but here the Scorpion kinda also clears Chaff. The Wraith needs to kill these last few crawlers that are baiting shots, and the Wasps, they don't have ground spec yet, they have air and range. Tower falls. Unfortunately, the Scorpion also died. But, yeah, this is not looking good for for Jeremiah right now. The Wraith is about a third of the way to leveling again. If it keeps killing leveled units, it's going to level quite quickly. I'm faced with the question, do I want Assault Scope here or not? Jeremiah wants Crawler Spawn. I'm kinda not entirely sure why. Because 8-shot Wraiths are going to tear them apart. And do so real hard. There also is Photon Coating, but I don't think I will get too much value out of that. Senior Manufacturing for going into Giants. I decided to also go for the Underground Fed. Oh yeah, that's what I tried. I wanted to see something. Can double tech, as in Replicate and Impact Drill, crawlers level 1 spawn from one of these? Beat a flank that is protected by just some level 2 crawlers. And I guess here there is some more level 2 crawlers, but most of them probably are going to go forward. I did decide to go for another Scorpion. I didn't really want to lose the range, I guess. The Steel Balls have 100 meters, so going for less range from the Scorpions is kinda iffy. Because then they have to move in and get into range of the Steel Balls. For now, it's just like the Wraith here. And the Scorpion here, and the big Scorpion here. Is my opponent going to go into ground spec for the Wasps? He apparently chooses Mech Rage for the Crawlers. That also means that they do about 50% more damage. Well, kinda exactly 50% more damage, which is somewhat negating my double tech on the Crawlers here, or at least drawing closer to even. Let's see how this fight goes, while also checking out all the other fights. So, a whole lot of crawlers are coming in from this side. But that Wraith is happily farming. And these crawlers did actually win and got in. On this side, however, it's kinda too late. Everything has already died. And it's going to come down to everything else that happens. Overlord gets taken out easy peasy by the Wraith. That Wraith is the ultimate Wraith. The Overlords are stuck shooting crawlers, which means that they don't push in on this force here. And the Wraith can kind of just heal through, but it's not enough. It dies, though it levels again after killing this many leveled Wasps. I do take some damage here.